Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Spencer.
And we make videos chatting about all things real estate related. And today we are going to talk all about expired listings. This is a very highly requested video. My inbox is flooded with questions from you guys all the time asking about expired listings. And to be honest, I'm not the one that prospects to them. He is. So
I'm the guy.
Yes,
yeah,
he is the guy.
That's right.
What he does. So I'm gonna ask him just basically a handful of questions that you guys have asked me and get all of the dirty details on how he has raised our average price point tremendously his first year in the business. And not only that, but he listed so many expired listings his first year. And I didn't help him with that. That was all him. So we're gonna get right into it. I got my questions here and sorry about that. And let's just jump right in. What would you say percentage of your listings comes from expired listings to start off with?
Yeah, I would say on a rough estimate, 70%.
70%.
Yeah,
that's
70%.
A lot, you guys.
Yeah, that's more than half
lot.
of my business, for sure. It's more than half, I know that. So I'm in the 60s, high 60s to mid 70%. I need to do a little bit more analytics about that, but definitely over 50%. So I would say I'm about 70%.
And let's just keep in mind, and he is doing a lot of deals, and let's just keep in mind, he is a top producer, and this was his first year.
Yeah.
It is the end of March filming this, and he only started in January, not this January, but the one before that. So it's been just a few months over a year, and that's like
January 1st of 2019.
Yeah, and he really hit the ground running and started getting listings right off the bat. So why would you say that expired listings is a good type of lead to prospect to?
Well, what I found is when you become a first-time realtor, I mean, what do? I mean, who's your contacts? Obviously, you have your sphere of influence, your mama, your dad, your brother. But I mean, let's get real. Sometimes they're just not moving in that time. And that was the case for me. I really didn't have any business. And I didn't know really who to call. I tried door knocking. Honestly, it just wasn't my thing. It just took too much time and energy, and I didn't see the results I wanted out of it. For a lot of people, that's their major source of business, and that's amazing. I like 3 ways to prospect, and that's one of my 3 still today. But with expired listings, what really got me ticking is the way I could call, and I already knew their answers, honestly, because guess what? They were on the market already. They were over 3 months, so there's a reason it was expired. They usually were a little aggravated and angry at either their last realtor, putting the blame game on the market, or they had a fail sale due to financing, whatever that situation was. So there's usually one of those common scenarios that I'm gonna be able to talk to and have that conversation with them about. And that's what made it kind of easier for me. I'm not really a script guy, but the more I just picked up the phone and started dialing, I just knew the dialogue, and I knew kind of what that client was gonna say to me on the next sentence.
Right,
So that's what made it so important.
Start to be able to like anticipate what they're going to say.
I was anticipating it, and like I said, it was those responses usually. I'd say, hey, well, what do you think caused your listing to become expired? Well, Spence, we just had no activity on it. Well, then I get to brag a little bit about my company, myself, our numbers, the Veterans Crawford Realty Group, and just give a little background about us, and then I get to create common base and ground with them. But I think that's what I like best about it is I became aware of their response. Because it wasn't a guessing game at that point. They're not hiding. I knew they were motivated to sell at one point, and why not choose me this next time around when they are ready? Maybe it's in 2 months.
Right,
Maybe
but you know they still want to sell.
I knew they were motivated at one point, and that's what made it easier for me, rather than
versus a for sale by owner.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you say, this isn't a question, but I'm just curious myself, how would you compare them to for sale by owners, prospecting to them? Because that's what we've normally talked about on our channel. Is it easier?
For sale by owners, I would say, are harder than expired listings, personally. That's my second form of prospecting is calling those for sale by owners. And that's why I'm over, I would say 70% with those expired listings. It's just because It's all in the follow-up when it comes to expired listings and timing. With for sale by owners, they don't really care. And oftentimes they're bombarded with so many realtors, they don't even know your name. And that's why it's all in the follow-up on both ends.
Yeah.
For sale by owners and expired listings.
For sure.
Regardless if you're in this business, you gotta be good at following up, or else you're just gonna drop clients, you're gonna forget about people, because at the end of the day, there's 2 other agents just like myself that are wanting to do the same exact job to get a paycheck at the end of the day.
It's true. And something that I have to constantly remind myself is they need our help, because there's so many agents calling them that really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have not had any training, or really bad poor training, and they're brand new agents, and when you were brand new, you gave them excellent service, you had a lot of training, you really were like,
that's just part of our
great,
company.
but there's a lot of bad agents that are prospecting to them, and so they need your help. They need someone who's gonna really do a good job for them, and that's something to remember when you're prospecting.
Definitely. I've heard a lot of bad stories, a lot of listing stories, because
there's a lot of bad agents out there, you guys. We gotta remember that.
Yeah.
So when did you list your first expired listing? So basically, how long did it take you prospecting to them before you finally converted one?
Yeah, honestly, it took me a little bit longer than honestly anticipated, but it was weird. It was one of those things where when I got the first, 2-3 more came with it. And it took probably 4 months, I'd say.
So expired listings are pretty competitive. There's a zillion other agents calling. So what do you think it is that sets you apart from other agents when prospecting to them, or what do you do differently?
Right now, I've felt a more competitive aroma, definitely when I'm calling. Sometimes I'm not the first, and I know it. And that's due to me probably not waking up early enough.
Right.
I've had other escrows. I create an excuse.
On,
I really have. I've created an excuse sometimes because I wasn't the first. But there's definitely been a pickup of other brokers, especially in our area, that are working and dealing with expireds.
Probably because the market's changing too, and they're seeing more of them.
And I felt that.
It's kind of where it's going.
Completely. So be able to read the market. Part of your daily routine is educating yourself on what's new in the market, stock markets. What information can you provide to your clients, and so how can you beat the other brokers?
Or no, I guess what would you say sets you apart from other brokers, and like why do you win the listing instead of them so many times?
So why do you win the listing? Well, there's multiple reasons. Your brokerage, it's really important. I start bragging a little bit, but bragging isn't because
I feel like
there's
it's
a difference.
There's
a difference between
it's a testimonial. You're saying like. For example, like I'll say like, hey, I sold this other person's home. They were in this situation that wasn't able to sell with another agent. You're just telling a story of something that you did.
And that's all it is. That's all it is.
You can call it bragging, but
I'm going to take that back. I use bragging.
Yeah.
But
I do that too.
Sometimes my bragging is a glow of confidence in a sense,
but
because
it's important to be
because I
confident.
share those situations. It's a huge testimony. Exactly. You really that was the right answer that I use. It's a testimony on your past sales, your numbers, your analytics.
You want them to know you sell a lot of houses, and you want to tell them that, and I think that helps people.
Yeah, because
be a lot more comfortable.
All you have right now is a phone call. That's literally the only thing that they hear from you. And until you get their email, until they get your postage, until they actually want to view your website, which it should be up and beautiful and updated, and you got a great cover photo.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Focus on your website too, because it just takes that one random client on Google, the biggest search engine in the world, to find you.
The reason why we make videos, because it's the YouTube is the second biggest search engine next to Google, and so you want to be the top agent that comes up when people are searching real estate in your area. So anyway, we've kind of gone off on a rabbit hole here. I don't even remember what the question was.
How are you gonna? How
are you different? Why do you get the listing and not someone else? Because you're different.
I'm gonna come. Okay. So
I think confidence. If I could just jump in here.
Let's say
you're a very confident dude. I think that sets you apart.
Yeah.
And people don't even question your age because you're so confident. No. They don't question how long you've been in the business. That's why you were able to convert so many when you were so new. Is because you
be on top of it.
Were so confident. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We hope that this encouraged and spoke to somebody out there, and keep sending us your questions and your video suggestions, and I'll put my email address right here.
Yeah.
And
seriously, no, this helps us out so much, because hit that like button, comment, let us know more questions.
Thumbs up.
The wife-husband duo, it's kind of fun. We haven't really gotten to do it all that much, but I'll tell you what, Mariah is a workhorse. She is an entrepreneur at heart. and she absolutely loves this and loves the interaction you guys provide for us. So let us do our part. Hit that subscribe button, like us, and give us some feedback, for real. I would love some feedback.
Negative and positive. We want to hear it all. Give us a thumbs down if you don't like this video, because that helps us too.
And give us pointers. I mean, do it. I need pointers. So
all right.
Need pointers.
We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I want